Hi and welcome to Everyday Vlogging with Rich Pasini. Today is January 27, 2019. Thank you for tuning in. I just want to start off by saying thank you to all the new subscribers who recently subscribed to my channel. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you like the content and you come back for more. Today I want to talk about the following. Job losses for seasonal workers. Americans in debt 46 more times than just a decade ago. Being frugal is best in tough times. Using Honey and WikiBuy to save when shopping online. That's coming up. Okay, the first story is from The Guardian. For those who are new though, I just want to share this really quick with you. I do not read everything verbatim. I will give you the URLs and the websites, and the rest is up to you if you'd like to pick up where I left off. So without further ado, let's get started. This one here is on, well, the URL for this one is www.msn.com, and the story you're looking for was posted by The Guardian. It goes on to say here, it was like a public execution. American retail workers face mass layoffs. This was put out 23 hours ago, of course, but it is new. And it goes on to say here, just scrolling down, it says over here, recent retailers shed thousands of temporary staff come January, but even permanent workers face drastic cuts in hours. It goes on to say here, when Emmett Foster started working at the Amazon clothing plant in Norristown, Pennsylvania last September as a contracted employee, he was under the impression that as long as he received his certifications for t-shirt printing and quality control, he would be kept on a permanent employee after the holiday season. We knew the day was coming when they would make their cuts. The majority of the staff was seasonal. Those of us who had certifications assumed that just the seasonal people would get cut. Foster said he commuted from Philadelphia to Norristown 4 days a week for the job and had resigned another full-time position to take it. Then it goes on to say here, but last week Foster and a dozen others, the seasonal and contracted employees at the Amazon clothing plant were laid off, along with thousands of others workers at retailers across the U.S. Yeah, of course, the U.S. retailers have just had their best holiday season in 6 years, but for the retail workers, the post-holiday come down has been brutal. Okay, retailing has always been kind of like that there, folks. I've been reading about that many times before in other publications and other sites that were talking about that there. One person was saying like one week in the retailing, you'd be working so many hours a week, then they cut it, they would cut your hours down, then eventually cut your days down. It got to a point where this one retailer, I don't know what store it was at, she was ended up working 1 day a week. And I said to myself, at that point in time, you're best off just giving it up and go looking for something else on a more permanent basis. Retail industry is not like it used to be back in the day. I mean, you're talking 15, 20 years ago. Maybe back then it was probably better. I'm sure they had the same things going on, but it wasn't probably as bad as it is today. Remember, you got Amazon, you got eBay, you got all these online, these big e-commerce businesses out there. They are hurting the brick and mortar businesses, whether people want to admit it or not. They are, and you'd be turning a deaf ear if you don't think so. But anyway, so it goes on to say here, without expanding too much on it, I said a spokesman for Amazon told The Guardian in an email, in addition to the third-party employment opportunities contracted through Amazon, we hired more than 100,000 seasonal employees this past holiday season to help manage variation in customer demand and fulfillment network. However, throughout the year, on the average, 90% of Amazon employed associates across our fulfillment network are regular full-time employees. Okay, and then it goes on to say here, in 2018, an estimated 700,000 workers were hired in the retail industry as seasonal employees, the most since 2015. But as thousands of workers are facing layoff now, the holiday season is over. Even permanent employees at large retailers throughout the United States are experiencing drastic cuts in hours, making it harder for many low-paid workers to make ends meet. This is what I'm talking about, folks. I believe here, well, I was just talking about, reading from one of the blog posts about a person in retail was talking about this. And this one here, I'm just going to read this here, and I don't want to expand too much on this topic. Alexandria Rodriguez, an employee for over 3 years at Target in Texas, worked 35 to 40 hours a week during the holidays, only to see her schedule drastically decrease shortly after Christmas. She was scheduled to work 4 hours, then 0 hours the next week, 9 to 5 hours a week after, and the next week only 8.5 hours. Okay. People, take these jobs because they need that extra income. They need that income, no doubt about it, to help maybe offset pay credit card bills, maybe you pay a medical bill, whatever. People want to work these jobs for all different reasons. And it's a shame. And the reason why it bothers me is because I remember going through the same thing. And let me tell you, folks, when you hear that word being, torted into or peppered into the conversations at times. I remember working for a company years back, the first one I got laid off from. I had a good friend that used to always say, yeah, I heard there's layoffs coming. I said, I don't believe it. At the time, I was in the IT field. And that day came. And, when you hear rumors like that, in some cases, the rumors can turn out to be true in some cases. Not all, but some. I've been hearing that there since the time I worked there, which was only a year and a half. After 9/11, a lot of things happened, to be honest with you. There were job layoffs and stuff like that with certain companies that dealt in the city and so on and so forth. But for the most part, it seemed to me, and it was too coincidental, right after 9/11, 65 people got laid off in that company. But those jobs weren't outsourced. They were insourced. And what I mean by insourced is they went to Georgia because I heard a lot, because the hourly rate was different over there, and I guess it was more profitable for the company to remain solvent, to keep going. On the other hand, the last job I got laid off from, my job went overseas. I'm not mentioning the countries, but it went overseas, and I believe it was 1,000 people got laid off from their jobs, and that went over there, and it was pretty rough. Nobody likes to hear the word layoff, especially when you're getting older, you're pushing towards retirement age, you're looking to retire at these places, and the last thing you need to hear or go through is a layoff. So anyway, if you guys want to read the rest of this story, you can. Like I said, you're not going to get it from here, as far as unless you go to the Guardian. But if you can't, it's on MSN.com. It posted it. So and the Guardian is the one that did the article. So you might want to read the rest of this here, folks. Kind of depressing news, but we'll see what happens here. Right? Let's expand a little more. Let me go to this one here before I bump out that one. Is this the one I want to talk about? I'm sorry, folks, because a couple of you I want to talk about here. All right, well, we could talk about the frugal living a little bit here. This one here is in regards to Amazon. I don't know if you guys heard about Wikibuy. Wikibuy. I'm looking at Wikiblog. Wikibuy. Is Amazon actually giving you the best prices? If you shop Amazon on the impression that is the best prices, then you're probably wasting a lot of money. Today, in this day and age, for those who don't know me, or if you are new to me, I consider myself a frugal entrepreneur. I look for ways to save money, and I try to share information. When I get the information, I like to share it with my followers, or subscribers in this case here. So I do like to share this information. But I don't know if you guys are aware of Wikibuy. It's almost the same thing as Honey. Excuse me. It's pretty good. I haven't used it yet, okay? And I haven't used Honey yet. There's another company that thinks an affiliate with Amazon. It's called Vipon. I think I talked about that once before in my other video. This one here says, is Amazon actually giving you the best price? If you shop Amazon on the impression it is the best prices, then you probably waste a lot of money. All right, we already read that there. Early adopter, deal hacker, penny pincher. You probably have friends like us, which that's me. We're the first to download new shopping tools and find obscure coupons, and we're proud of it. After years of hacking online shopping, we decided to build a tool for it, to do it for us, and it's called Wikibuy. Okay, while you shop on Amazon, Wikibuy instantly finds the best prices. Prices, right? Look, we love Amazon Prime. Free 2-day shipping is great. And like everyone else, we enjoy not knowing how much it actually costs. Well, guess what? It isn't free. It isn't free to move from items from one location to another, and that cost gets baked into the price you pay. Here's how it works, and then they talk about this here. They always use this one here in this particular case, the Keurig. That is a nice Keurig pot. I don't have one of those. I'm more of an instant coffee drinker. Anyway, they're showing you how with Wikibuy here, Amazon total was $149, and if you go to Wikibuy, you can get it for $109. Well, this is just an example, but it goes on to say here, without expanding too much on this topic here, but I'm going to go to another window. I have to go to another browser. It says while you shop on Amazon, Wikibuy automatically goes to work for you in the background. If a better offer is found, notification appears instantly. It shows you the final price of the item, including sales tax and shipping, and notifies you delivery date, same product, just cheaper. We're staying on the topic here, and here is Wikibuy, right? It says get better prices, real-time help from other shoppers. And if you look over here, just for the examples here, it's got over here saved $89 on these Bose headphones. 24 was saved on a Sony camera. Here's, I think, what is a Fitbit watch, $31. It's like a ways of shopping. Right? Yeah, it's like a ways for shopping. Okay. Here's one over here, $29. Found a wiki buy in Texas 16 minutes ago, whatever. Yeah, you could check these out, folks. To me, it seems good. I mean, I don't have it yet. I put it on my system right here. It's on my browser. You can see it right here. I haven't bought anything. The only thing I should say, wait, I want to contradict myself. The only thing I did buy for the first time on Amazon was the my ink cartridges for my HP Photo 7520 printer, all-in-one printer. I bought that from Vipon, and Vipon brings you to, I don't know if they have an affiliation with Vipon, if you guys are familiar with that, but it brought me to Amazon, and that's why I purchased it. I got 15 ink cartridges for $9. That was it, total price, included shipping, no tax or anything like that, so that was a good deal. But that was through Vipon. Now this one here is WikiBuy. I didn't get a chance to look up for toner, cartridge, and ink. That's usually what I buy in it. But for those of you who do buy these type of items here, like what is Ray-Bans, you save $10. Here it looks like I don't know. This is a Bose speaker, whatever, 19. As I said again, you can see it. This one person say $17 on these sneakers here. What are these Nikes? Nike Zoom. You might want to check it out. And the other one is when you do go to WikiBuy. You got the stores, products, and watch list. You're going to see the companies that I guess they have an affiliation with. Like, for example, if you buy from eBay and you click this on, it's telling you right there, and you're going to get 1% back on purchases. Okay, you can see what the companies are going to give you. This one here, and then I guess what Jack in a Box was this food. Locals are these are, I guess, areas by my area. Well, they don't really seem too familiar with them. I don't know. Is that my area? I don't know. They must be somewhere else because it doesn't sound too close to me. But anyway, and they'll tell you the average savings, $3, $2 and change, whatever. But again, if you're buying pet supplies, and you know, it's something to check into. You know, you really don't have nothing to lose. I would say you have more to gain than to lose. Okay, so you might want to check into this here, folks. All right, this is WikiBuy, and then the other one I wanted to share with you guys is the Honey. Honey's another one. It's basically it works the same way. Up to here 5% back. Like if you, for example, for the women that like to buy Ulta products, my daughter does, or both of my daughters do. And if you go over here, you could get the coupons. All right, again, get 1%, get 1 to 5% back on your Ulta purchase with Honey, and then you can activate the offer and so on. So you get a coupon. It's not much, but it's a little savings here and there. You know what I'm saying? It's every little bit helps, folks. You know, like this one here is 15 minimum purchase. Necessary can be used online only. So you got to be careful too. Some of those online, you might want to, you know, if you go to Ulta store, whatever, in this particular case, and you say, oh, I thought I seen with 15-minute purchase, I can get it. And they'll say, no, that's only online. So make sure you read everything thoroughly before you do that there. Again, it's not bad. Again, this is for the women, of course. You might want to check into Honey. And this is for Chrome. You can get the Honey extension for Chrome as well. Okay, so you can check that out as well. All right, and then this is the other one. I think we went over this here with WikiBuy. So that's it, right? Yeah, I think we did check that there. Okay, so check it out if you get the chance. And let me bump out of this one here because I want to go back to this one here, right? Yeah, all right. Okay, so we did that there. Now I can close them out. I'm sorry, folks. I'm trying to help you guys out. The best way to help myself out. I'm trying to get rid of these things as I go along here because I don't want to keep expanding too much on that. Let's see here. The other story was this one here, folks. Okay. This one here is pretty depressing in a sense. This one came out. Let me give you the URL. It's https://realdaily.com. You could read the story. It goes on to say, and this was posted, all right, now, according to this here, it came out May 14, 2018, which was last year. Right? I don't know why they posted it now. I just received it today. I mean, on my not my emails, but it came up on the a news alert, and it goes on to say Americans are 13 trillion in hock, 46 more times than just a decade ago. Credit cards, folks. Me and credit cards are like oil and vinegar. We don't mix, and people probably wondering why. Because I've been in a situation like that, and I hated it, folks. I hated it with a passion. When you're in credit card debt and you go through a job loss, now people say, well, how'd you get yourself in debt? It's personal reasons. I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to expand on that topic. But all I can say, folks, is to this present day, it took 5 years to get out of that debt. I do not own any credit cards. The only cards I carry in my wallet are debit cards, and that's using my own money. Okay, 2 are debit cards, and 1 is a secured MasterCard. And with the secured MasterCard, I got that my financial institution. You started off with $250 line of credit, and from that point on, if you have to build credit up, it's the best way to do it. It's a secured MasterCard. You check your bank or your credit union, whatever. I got mine through my credit union. And you started off with the lowest you could do is well, for me anyway, $250 is the limit as far as the lowest you can go. And then you'll be paying yourself back, and the interest, if you don't pay it all off, let's say a minimum payment is $15 a month, but if you make it revolving, or you're going to do it on a monthly basis, contingent basis, it will cost you, I think you pay yourself back, well, it is basically what you're doing, but you're actually paying the bank back. They get a low interest against 2% on it. So depending, if you use up your whole $250 line of credit and you're paying yourself, and you do it in installments of $15 a month, depending, how long you let it ride for, you're going to pay yourself back 2%, or pay the bank. The bank gets 2% interest on it, which is nothing really. But it's a great way to establish credit. When I use it, I make sure I pay it off in full. I mean, I don't use the whole $250. So if I use $20 or $30 to buy groceries or whatever I'm using it for, at the end of the month, I just cut them a check and I don't have to worry about it. And you save on the interest. But if you want it to be installment plans, then you're going to pay a little percentage to pay yourself back. Anyway, get off that note really quick. It says over here, the Federal Reserve survey found that Americans between ages 35 to 44 have more than $133,000 in personal debt. In 2017, the total debt Americans were burdened with top $13 trillion, more than half the size of the national debt itself. It says the previous record of American debt in 2008 was $280 billion, a massive increase just a decade's time, right? While a huge number is unsurprising, perhaps after a decade of extremely low borrowing costs. Folks, I don't like credit cards for the simple reason is, I did a video a while back. I just want to share this with you, being on the topic of credit cards. I don't know which one it is. It's in the midst of all those 786 videos, whatever. You got to check it out. It's about credit cards, and there was 2 movies I posted in there. You're not gonna not to watch the whole movies, but I gave you the URLs to it. One was The Secret History of the Credit Card, and the other was The Card Game. And in those 2 documentaries, it talks about how the credit card companies, the credit card industry, how if you're paying your credit, you're doing it on time every day. Every month you're paying as scheduled, right before the due date. Everything is good, copacetic. Once you miss one payment, how the credit card industry could jack up your interest rate. Okay, and in those documentaries, it shows you a couple people that went through those scenarios, and it was horrible. One guy was on the phone talking to them, and he said, I've been paying my credit card bill on time all the time, and I lost one payment, and it shot up. Let's say it was 8% or whatever, shot up to like 25 or whatever it was, something ridiculous like that. And the guy was calling up. He was complaining about it. I don't blame him. And anyway, if you check it out, that's why when I watched those movies, those 2 documentaries, it really made me think twice about how the credit card industry works. Folks, do yourself a favor. If you're going to get a credit card, get one with a low minimum on it. Okay, and try to get one with the lowest interest rate possible. Try to keep a good FICO score, because credit card companies do base your credit interest rates on on your FICO score. I know this firsthand because mine went down, mine plummeted because I got myself in a financial crisis back then, and I was paying, through the nose with that there, as far as like, with the credit card interest rates. It was crazy. I was getting high, exuberant interest rates, as opposed to my friends were saying, I only pay 6%, 2%, 3%, whatever it was. Mine was up at 14%, 19%, 20%. And I called up the credit card company. I asked them, why is that there? How come I'm paying so much? Well, because your FICO score, you got to, you're delinquent in on one of your cards. And wasn't delinquent. I had to cut the payment down because I couldn't pay the full amount. So that's what happens when you go through job loss. It's like anything else. When the money's coming in, you're not thinking about the aftermath of a job loss. But that's what happened. So all I'm saying, folks, is if you're going to get a credit card, get one. Get something with a low line of credit, because I'm telling you, folks, with the way things are going in society, the economy, stuff like that, you never know from day to day. Look at those people, those jobs there. Okay. Now, again, they're going to lose their jobs. Maybe they were getting those jobs to help pay for a credit card. Okay, so please be careful when it comes to credit cards. Really, I mean, I went through this here. I wouldn't want to see anybody go through that there. But again, you could read a little more about it. I'm not going to expand too much on this topic here. I just thought I'd share this with you. For those who know me, yes, I am a frugal entrepreneur, and I do try to watch my spending. It's through frugality as to where I got myself where I'm down to 0 credit cards, and I like it that way. I pay everything with well, if you have the cash is one thing, but I am paying everything with cash with my debit cards. I don't carry too much cash in my pocket, maybe pocket money, but you know, if I want to stop off at the donut store or whatever, get a cup of coffee, that's about it. But otherwise, I do not carry a lot of cash in my pocket. I use my debit cards extremely, exclusively when it comes to making purchases. But anyway, if you want to check this story out, please do. Let's move right along here. And the other thing that's in relation to, there's another thing that's coming up. I know it's, I guess it's a new way of living, right, folks, for some people. These here, I know I didn't put this in my title, but these tiny homes, like I said here, are popping up across the U.S. Here's how they could help you, affordable housing crisis. Now, it is kind of sad to see, but in some cases, some people choose this and some people don't. This one goes on to say here, this one, by the way, is another one from MSN.com, put it out there. USA Today had the story on it, as you can see up there. It goes on to say again, tiny homes are popping up across the U.S. Here's how they could help you help the affordable housing crisis. It's a shame because, I got 2 daughters that are talking about buying a house or whatever, and like, well, we live in the state of New York, and it's expensive. There's no doubt about it. I'm not going to lie. And I tell my daughters, well, maybe you could work things out here. Maybe you could do things here. Try to say, I don't want to see my kids leave the state. And saying, well, my one daughter, younger daughter, if you go to Tennessee, you can get a nice house, blah, 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 for this amount. And you can. In other states, anything outside of New York, you can get, better housing probably in most cases. It depends. It all depends. Boston's not that cheap. A place like Boston's not, the New England area is not cheap as far as housing. Unless you go, I got to say one thing, though. In the town I live on Long Island here, the suburbs of Long Island, New York. Excuse me. And every now and then you will come across a house. Now I'm not, well, it may be foreclosures. People lose their houses due to foreclosures or because they don't have the money to pay the property taxes, which is sad. Okay, I mean, me, if I was a wealthy person, I would pay the taxes on the person's house and let them stay in there rather than have them lose their house. You know what I'm saying? The same thing with a foreclosure. I would hate, it was, especially if you lived in a house all your life, for many years, 30 years, 25, 30 years, and God forbid something happens where you become incapacitated, you can't work anymore, you're disabled, you lost your job or whatever it may be, or you don't have enough income to support the taxes because they're going up. We do pay high taxes here, no doubt about it. New York is an expensive place to live, but if a person shops around for co-ops and condos in different areas in our town here, a couple of towns over, you can get co-ops for pretty good prices. I've seen them going for $129, $179. They all vary, and there's a co-ops now, mind you. Co-ops are a little on the cheaper side, but if you're making a decent income, it is affordable. Okay, it is affordable if you do. You take the initiative to research it. I've done it. I've done research. But my daughters, on the other hand, they're looking at, well, if you go to this state, this, that, and the other thing, you could save money. And yeah, if you're traveling, here's my take on that. Excuse me, folks. If you're traveling or get a transfer, let's say you work in New York and you get a transfer to Florida, and the company's moving you down there, they pay for your moving expenses and so on, right? If you're going down to Florida, a state like Florida, I'm using an example, with the New York salary, you should be living pretty good. If you're making a nice salary up here, let's say 75, 80,000, I consider that a decent salary, a good salary to me anyway. And you take that salary and you go to a certain part of Florida, you're going to live pretty good. You're going to get a nice house, and you're going to live pretty comfortable. I have to honestly say, because the taxes are cheaper, the houses you can get more house or more bang for the buck if you did that there. But for all intents and purposes, though, I myself, that is good and stuff like that. But I'm a native New Yorker. I would love to, if possible, live here until I can retire. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not ready for retirement. But I would love to stay in a house and retire here if all possible, if affordable. Some people will, in some cases, they can't, or if they decide they want to move, they will gift their houses to their kids, and that's what I would do. If my kids were finding a struggle where they, I was getting ready for retirement age, and they didn't have a house yet, they were still living in apartments or whatever at the time, I would give my house to them, two-family house, and say, look, here's a house. You guys could, share the rent, no, not the rent, taxes, because they don't want to put a mortgage on it. You just got to pay tax and utilities and help my kids out like that, But it is a little, it is costly. There's no doubt about it. It is. But what I was trying to say is there's been a house on my block that went for $250,000, which in my town is cheap. I'm in a prime location, and that was cheap. Now, I don't know if it was a foreclosure. I don't know if the person lost the house due to taxes or it's just an estate. They just want to clear it out. But that, to me, for my town where I live, that was a steal. 250 grand was a steal, believe it or not. Okay. I know in some other places, 250,000, you can get yourself a big house, right? This is not a big house. It's kind of like, I would say it's like 1,700 square feet, 1,800 square feet. It comes with a basement. It didn't have a garage or anything, but for that price, it was great for location. This is prime location where I live. So yes, the houses are a little more expensive around here. They do range in prices, though, I have to honestly say. I mean, and I noticed the trend going on in my town that people are buying the smaller homes and they're knocking them down and they're putting these big houses up. I mean, houses that you would see in more expensive areas in Long Island. And there was a couple of houses around here that was going from a house that would go for, let's say, $400,000 or whatever it is. Knock the houses down, and I was talking to a person that deals with real estate around. He's a broker. He showed me that I seen this new house it was around a block from me being built, and the house. I go, and he told me, he goes, you know how much the house is going for? He goes, that's going for $780,000. I was like, what? $780,000 in this town? He's like, yeah, that's what it's going for. And you want to know something? It's sold. It's sold. Unbelievable. Anyway, I'm sorry for rambling on with that, folks, but I just want to share this with you. But check this out, all right? Yeah, this is. I'm not saying this is going to be the wave of the future, but there was a lady that was, just to expand a little on this, there was a lady that was able to afford a house. She didn't want the expenses anymore, and she decided. But she got the one you could transport. This one here. These are transportable, I guess, but this one here, you can see it's on cinder blocks here. So this one's going to stay here. It seems like they got the land or whatever, and they're putting it on the side here, whatever. Some people, if you have enough property, you could put these back there and you could rent it out, all right? But anyway, it says over here in Nashville, it says a bunk squeeze between a window and ceiling serves as a guest bedroom, and a work desk is jammed between a washer and dryer combo. The 450 square foot micro home isn't large enough for a family, but one affordable housing developer sees a big potential here for little houses. And then it goes on to say Eddie Lattimore, CEO of nonprofit Affordable Housing Resources, is developing a micro village of 13 small modular houses just north of downtown. They will rent for about $1,000 a month, far less than the medium studio apartment price of $1,545 a month in downtown Nashville. Now, this is in Nashville, Tennessee. Now, here, a studio apartment out here, and where I am in Long Island, I would say it would probably close to double this price. What are you going to do? It's New York. What are you going to do? And this said, our goal is to help Nashville discover the tools to start replacing an affordable housing. We're losing, Lattimore said. Then it says, tiny homes are popping up in dense cities across the country as young professionals. Now, here, look, as young professional singles prioritize living in a hip, walkable communities over spacious accommodations. According to the nonprofit research firm Urban Land Institute, small and smaller micro apartments, some with less than 400 square feet, are popular in places like New York, San Francisco, Austin, Chicago. All right, why? You know why. The teeny homes have been popularized on shows like HGTV's Tiny House Hunters, or where creative designers' elements are used to get the most out of the space. And then it goes over here. Now these ain't that cheap. I mean, well, in some cases they can be, but this particular one they're talking about, again, it all depends on the area, location, so on and so forth. It says luxury micro homes, which I consider micro homes, aren't a solution to affordable housing crisis for very low income residents, but they could deliver more options in a workforce housing market. At $130,000 each, they can make a home ownership a reality for many people who can't afford one now, Lattimore said. But if you read a little more down here, they talk a little about the story here. You could read it there. I'm going to play because I think it's like 5 minutes long, as you can see here. I'm quite sure it's the one. Or maybe this is for this video here. But they have different videos that pop up. And that's this related video, couple tries to solving housing crisis with tiny homes. They do a story on that, but it was provided by CBS. And then they have other ones where they talk about the houses. They do range, in some cases, they do range a little cheaper. Wait a minute, did I read this one here right? Oh yeah, wait, let's see this one. I don't know if I've read that one. Yeah, 1,500 a month, 130,000. Well, I skipped this one here. I'm sorry, folks. Okay, okay, all right. I skipped this one. I'm sorry. I jumped right to this one here. All right. Anyway, yeah, it says over here, national development boom has caused some home prices to nearly double in the past 6 years, with the average cost to jump to 140,000 to 160,000. Meanwhile, low-income residents have been pushed farther from the city's core in search of fast dwindling supply of affordable housing. Okay, I didn't even say. I just skipped this one to this one here. Anyway, yeah, that's what's going on with this, folks. That's the it seems like the trend going on here as far as when it comes to housing. Okay, so let's get rid of this one. Let's get rid of this one here, this one, and I just want to talk about this here. For those who do follow me, you know I love this website here. It's another one of my favorites. This is Frugal for Less, never pay 100%. Now, this one here, they telling you there's 24 best ways to earn free PayPal money. I didn't get a chance to read the whole thing, so folks. This came out yesterday, January 26, 2019. It says we could all admit that earning money is a great feeling. Of course, no doubt about it. You work hard and get paid, and you can get to live, give your life and have fun experiences. But there's something better than earning money that you know you worked hard for. It's earning free money that's required with very little effort. And then it goes on to tell you PayPal is a great payment option for anyone looking for easy and fast, secure way to get paid online. Plus, pretty much get paid instantly for your online tasks, such as selling items on eBay. We know that. That's a given. But anyway, it goes over here to say, personally, I never knew when to turn down free money. And there are a couple of ways you can go about earning free money in a passive way. Continue reading, of course, for the 24 best PayPal money. One here is Ibotta. I'm just going to read the highlights of here. I never heard of this one here, to be honest with you. It goes over here. Registration is $10 when you redeem your first offer. Okay, you could join that one there. I'm not going to read this here, folks. But let me give you the URL. It's www.frugalforless.com. Okay, and the story you're looking for is 24 best ways. 24 best ways to earn free PayPal money, updated 2019. Okay, you could read this. I'm just going to see the highlighted ones here. Ebates. Okay, that's another one. Registration bonus is $10. You could join them. And they talk a little about here. You can access thousands of retailers and earn anywhere from 1% to 10% or more on your purchase. The more you shop, the more you can save and earn. That's basically the same thing with this one here, right? Ibotta. Let me see something here, folks. I'm sorry. I'm skipping around here. Minimum cash payouts. All right. Anyway, then you got one over here, Inbox Dollars. Okay, that's another one. Your registration fee is $5. And let's see. It says Inbox lets you earn points. Already eBay internet watching videos and okay, that's another one there. Swag Bucks, I heard about them. Registration bonus is $5. Again, you could use this service here. Yeah, that's one of them. I'm not, like I said, I don't want to expand too much on it. Fusion Cash, I'm not too familiar with them, but these are the ones that supposedly that can help you save money. I guess I don't know. I didn't really get a chance to read the whole article. Send earnings. Be Frugal, okay, $10. I joined Be Frugal. That's another one. Then it's Prize Rebel. There's no registration bonus here. Here's Points Prizes. Here's Shop at Home. Some of these had these registrations where I guess you pay $10 to get into it. Triaba. Again, I'm not familiar with that. Gift Hulk. A lot of these I'm not familiar with, folks. I'll be honest with you. 1Q, whatever. There's none for that one. Cure Cricket, okay. Perk, Point Club is Univox. Well, a lot of these, I'll be honest with you, I haven't heard a lot of these here. iSurvey World, Creative Rewards, Slide Joy, Smart Panel. Look for giveaways, and it tells you this here. Look for giveaways. 23 freelance PayPal Cash. I don't know what he took on PayPal Cash. Okay, like I said, I don't want to expand too much on these topics. So you guys could check it out and take advantage of PayPal deals. I guess what they're talking about in regards to getting money back, they're talking about 2% cash back on all your purchases with the card. So that's how they're talking about that. And then you could also read the final thoughts. I do have another window that is for Frugal for Less, and we're going to click that on really quick. And then I want to end this video. Let me click this one here, and let me close this window here. We don't need it open. And this one here, same website URL. This one here is 20 frugal living tips and ideas to try in 2019. Like I said again, I like frugal. I like Frugal for Less because, like I said, I am a frugal person myself, so I do look for any way I could save money. Let's see what it says over here. It says, frugal living has become a way of life for many people around the world. Not only is it a good idea to save money for the future, but it seems to be a matter of pride with many individuals. As we start to look at the reusing of the items we already have to minimize waste, a trend is emerging showing how much people really care about the environment and themselves. Living frugal lifestyle is more than being cheap. It is about enjoying and preserving the resources given to you and making them last as long as possible. This type of living is no longer for a stereotypical struggling family. People who have resources are still choosing to adopt more frugal lifestyle. When we stop depending on external things, we begin to see internal value of ourselves and others around us. Why frugal living? Frugal living is practically economical and relevant. Is relevant, not irrelevant, and relevant as we strive to waste less. We sometimes unintentionally living with the frugal lifestyle. Why does a person choose to live frugally? There are many reasons. Let's look at some more common ones. Necessity. I always say that I buy things out of necessity. I do not buy things just to say I have them. That really drives me crazy when I hear people say, "Oh, I bought this thing to say I have it." I have it. What are you buying to have it for? What are you going to do with it? Why do you want to have it for? Buy it if you're going to use it. Don't buy it to say I bought it because I want to have it. It's nice to have. That's another thing. People always say, "Oh, it's nice to have." Why is it always nice to have? Buy it because you need it. I know people like that. They buy things and then they put them down in the basement, a shed, whatever, and they don't use the things, but they bought it. You say, "How come you bought it?" Later on, you see them 5, 10 years later. "Oh, I bought this thing here. It was nice to have. Did you use it?" "No, I didn't use it." I don't know. People tie money up. I mean, I think it's foolish. But anyway, it says of necessity. Many people are living on a shoestring budget, not by choice. They work hard and are still living on paycheck to paycheck. It's true. A lot of people are in this boat, and it can become an instinct to naturally be frugal. Oh, let's face it. Look, things are expensive out there. All right, now you might say that's what drove me to frugality. No, I grew up. My father was a very practical person. My mom and dad, thank God, and my father too would say the same thing. His thing was. Why, like, for example, let's say you're going to go out to eat. Let's say oh, Dad, I'm going to go out to get a hamburger. My father would say, "What are you going out to get a hamburger for when you got all the food at home? Why waste money?" That was his thing. Or is it broke? Do you really need it? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? People will do just the opposite of that because they want to feel like, well, I work hard and I want to treat myself once in a while. Well, there's nothing wrong with treating yourself, but at the same time, watch your spending. Okay, here's over here, choice. Adopting frugal lifestyle by choice can have many benefits, including the ability to save more, using less waste, being friendly to the environment, embracing minimalist lifestyle, environmentalist concerns, right? These things, every time they jump, they knock my web page down. Environmental concerns, okay. Yeah, here, another one, frugal living. I'm gonna jump around, folks, so if you want to read this here, you could, check it out on your own. Frugal living tips will you enjoy? Free entertainment. I know this sounds too good to be true, but there is many ways to have good quality entertainment for free, extremely cheap. There are a ton of fun ideas for entertainment that we will enjoy. Check out these frugal entertainment ideas. Game night with friends or family. Indoor-outdoor picnics. Okay. Movie night, which is true. We used to have that back in the day when the kids were little. Used to have their friends come over. We used to watch these Walt Disney movies and stuff. It was nice. There are fun at-the-home entertainment activities to try out. Have an itch, go to the outdoors, or have some fun outside. He home. Okay, whatever. He home. Okay. Another great free entertainment idea is the community programs like music in the park. Right now, by me, they have these shows in the park there. You can go. They have concerts there and stuff like that. There's always outdoor activities going on in the summertime at the park, and they have they got the music in the park there. They got shows there. They have like entertainment there. Like in the summertime, the 4th of July, they had the military fly the helicopters in and out and stuff like that. You could see the military there. They always got something going in the park. It's just too much to talk about there. But in the summertime, of course, But yeah, you could definitely do stuff like that there. The other thing is these advertisements drive me crazy. I'm sorry, folks. Then it goes on to say here, if you plan an extended time, plan to bring a lawn chair and snacks you can enjoy as long as you want. That's true. That's true. Yeah, and this is what's going on here too. Here are some other activity community activities: painting in the park, free plays. Right, I just was talking about free movie theater days. They have that too. Sometimes they'll put movies there. So the only thing you got to deal with in the summertime is the mosquitoes and stuff like that. So I mean, it depends the time of the year you go, you know what I'm saying? But they ain't gonna do it like in the fall. Well, sometimes in the fall they might have certain things. It depends. Take advantage of community entertainment, and then it goes on to talk about here. So some examples we touched on, but several community entertainment options you might be taking advantage of. Public libraries is a good example. People often forget about this amazing resource available for free. You can borrow books as well as CDs, DVDs, and books on tape, which is true. There's a movie I want to go check out my library, and I want to see if they have it. I got to call them up and find out. But yes, that's true. You know, why go to the movies when you can watch? You can go to the library and get some videos out and stuff. You know, we don't have any more video rentals for any place anymore. We used to have Blockbuster. They went out of business a long, long time ago. Where you go in there and rent the video? Not anymore. Those places are gone. At least in my area anyway. They're all gone. Do it yourself. If you could do it yourself and save money and live frugally, you could learn new skills or even have fun doing it. Some examples include making your own cleaning products. Okay, I guess I'm not going to expand too much on it. But then you could click on these active hyperlinks. These 8 do-it-yourself cleaning products are easy, and you click. It says easy to make. You click it on, it'll bring it here. Cooking. Once you learn to make your own food for yourself, it becomes an invaluable skill. Eating out all the time will not help you be frugal. That's true. Many times you can find the homemade version of your favorite restaurant recipes at a fraction of the cost. The other one is embrace the back in the old days living skills. Do you remember the old days when people would do everything for themselves, cooking, cleaning, sewing, etc.? Absolutely, I do all of that myself. Well, with the family, of course. I cook, I clean, I do sewing. You know, I've had to fix certain things. Why not? You know, you got to do stuff. What else? Horticulture. The gardening is growing on your own food. You're growing your own food. Planting and maintaining garden is hard work, but it's so rewarding. It can be enjoyable. We have neighbors around the block and here that grow their own tomatoes, and they make their own tomato sauce, and they grow their own produce. You know, lettuce, tomatoes, and stuff like that. And yeah, that's definitely fruit preservation. This means making your own jams, preserves, homemade seasoning, and rubs, etc. Okay, sewing, you can learn that. It says we have learn the skill for free. Looking at video tutorials online. Absolutely, you can go to YouTube, and anything you type on YouTube when it comes to things like that, like how to repair a torn jacket using see a sewing a button. If you go to you could see it all on YouTube. That's another thing too. That's another thing with the YouTube channel now. You could if you don't know how to do certain things, you learn. You go to YouTube, you'll learn it. Believe me. Gift giving. When it comes time to giving gifts, the price they can easily climb sky high. This doesn't cost the cost of a card, including wrapping paper, postage in some cases, and other gifts expenses. A great way to live more frugally is to give homemade gifts. These gifts are often more appreciated as they require your hard work and skill. I'm a believer of that as well. Okay, some people do like homemade gifts. Here are some do-it-yourself gifts you might try out. Candles, knitted scarves, soap, bath salts, and other toiletries and furniture. Okay, that's one. Then you got save energy. Like I said, I don't want to keep going too much on this. Keep your home clean, of course. All right, we know that. What else here? Pay off your debt. I'm a firm believer in that there. Use cash instead of credit to avoid piling on debt and accruing more interest. That's my favorite one right there. I agree with that 100%. Double check your budget. Going over your budget and bills periodically can save you money. Consider cutting parts of your budget, such as cable TV. Right. Try out cheaper alternatives like Hulu or Netflix. How about just get yourself a digital antenna and a converter box and use an old TV? That's what I do. We don't have any cable in the house. It's expensive. I have a relative that's paying for a cable. They're paying $250 a month. And if you do the math, what that comes out to a year just to watch television, for me it'd be a waste because I only watch TV 1 hour a week. That's it. On Sundays I watch my how-to shows. This Old House, or my cooking shows, Lydia's Italy and stuff like that, or Malta Stew. But I will not pay for cable. That is totally crazy. You know, you're talking $2,400 a year to what I believe in free TV. I have an old TV. I bought a converter box. Back then the government was giving $50 coupons out. And I went to Walmart. I bought my digital converter box because I have an old tube TV. And it's a flat screen one, and the thing works flawless. It's a Panasonic. I had it for many years. And I got a digital TV antenna. Popped it up there. Boom. Thing gets some great signals, nice and clear, and it's free. I love it. Phone, consider using prepaid service. The quality of service is the same. You just need the card to renew monthly. Many prepaid service offer discounts if you pay a year in advance as well. Now, in regards to the phone, I could do one a little better than that. I think there's a service called, I think I told you guys about, well, for the new ones you probably don't know, it's called Ooma. OOOMA.com. If you go to Ooma and you buy the Telo box, which is a router box, and if you have internet service, you could set that up. You own the equipment because it's only set. Well, I paid only $79 for mine. I bought it at Best Buy. And to be honest with you, folks, I get caller ID, call 911, call waiting, and I get a lot. And they got a whole bunch of other premier services you can use. But the basic service right now, my monthly and FCC taxes, which you have to pay on anything, for any phone company, you're not going to get away with that. I only pay $5 a month, and I get all that service, unlimited calling, and so on and so forth. I love it. It's called Ooma. Check it out if you want to save, if you don't want to go that route, what they're talking about, prepaid service. They also, Ooma does offer prepaid too, if I'm not mistaken. But the service is phenomenal. I mean, for $5 a month, I get all those services, you know. Really good service. They got the high definition. The new router boxes are great. The clarity is so clear. I mean, it sounds like the person's sitting right next to you. But if you want to check into that, it's OOMA.com, Ooma. And the other one is over here, grocery. Avoid going to the grocery store just for one thing. That's true. This offer results in unwanted and unneeded purchases. If you must shop at the grocery store, then try shopping. Well, try shopping monthly. If monthly seems too daunting to try every 2 weeks, the less time you spend at the grocery store, the more you save. It's true. I try to go shopping every 2 weeks. Like I said, you know, it depends how much you consume food. I mean, like, you know, I got the kids. Sometimes they like to snack on ice cream, this, that, and the other thing. But for the most part, you know, if you watch your consumption and you try to, you know, have if you're on a strict diet and you watch your eating and stuff like that, there is ways to, you know, offset that there. We don't have to keep going too frequent. It depends too. It depends the size of your family. You know, if you got four people in the house and they're milk drinkers, you're gonna have to buy a gallon of milk, right? You got to get that. So yeah, that all depends on your eating habits too. You know, we're trying to keep junk food out of the house. So you know, that's us anyway. And then track your spending. So when you track your spending every month, you will discover that even more areas you can cut unless you're giving or living quite frugally. It never hurts to recheck every often. So definitely track your spending. Consume less, cut down on making new purchases, use up what you have until it wears out. That's me. I buy out of practicality. I buy when needed. You know, I buy necessity. Buy secondhand. Okay, when you go and shop for a bigger purchase like furniture, clothing, consider going secondhand. You can refurbish your furniture, make it your own pretty affordably. Clothing can be purchased as secondhand in good condition. Okay, I guess when they say secondhand, they talk about go like the Goodwill, the thrift stores, whatever. Now you can, when you go to thrift stores, you can get brand new clothes sometimes there. I've seen it myself. Okay, so you can definitely check into that. Shop sales, definitely. Tips for saving money at Whole Foods. I don't shop there because to me, I think it's a little pricey, but they're saying tips for saving money at Whole Foods. I'm not going to click it on, but you guys could check it out for yourself. Save on gas. That's another expense. Fueling can be very expensive nowadays. When you need to make trips with the vehicle, consider consolidating your trips. Only go once a week, bi-weekly, or even once a month. Some examples: grocery trips, personal goods shopping, dry cleaning trips there, paying your bills in person, and doctor appointments. Now, when they're saying go once a week, I have a post office that's a couple towns over. I will go sometimes bi-weekly. I don't go every week. Only if I know somebody is going to ship something back to me, because I do sell on eBay, then I will go there on a weekly basis. Like, you know, once a week I'll go Friday or whatever. I'll go every Friday. So I go 4 times a month. It's my PO box. But otherwise, I don't go every single day. Avoid waste. Yes, of course. In short, this makes sure all your goods are good until gone. Always salvage what you can use. Avoid waste. Some turn food scraps into compost, which is good. Practice recycling, repair, and repurpose broken and worn goods instead of throwing it away. That's me. Then they also got the little hyperlinks here, folks. So check this out too when you're on the site. 17 ways to avoid food waste. Meals on the cheap. And then they got that there. You can read more of it. Price compare. Google Shopping, Price Grabber, BizRate, Camel. Okay, never heard of them. Are you overwhelmed yet? And then you can read the rest of the story. Well, that concludes my video for today. I hope you like the content in there and you got a takeaway from it. And again, for those who are subscribed, for the new subscribers, I just want to say thank you again for subscribing to my channel. It is greatly appreciated. And with that, I'll leave you with have a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of your day. And signing off for now, Rich Pasini. I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.